the channel. Thanks for stopping by as we continue our 10 days of Christmas here on the channel. We got Asylum. The track is called Holding On. Can't even tell you how long ago this was added to my list, but I know it had to be within the first year. And this March will be 5 years, man, that we've been doing this. Blows my mind. Having said that, man, let's jump right in. See what these guys got for us.
Tears appear as I'm alone in the dark, haunted by suicidal thoughts and all of the ghosts from the past. Heartbroken in half, I'm internally bleeding, searching for reasons why my angel turned to a demon. Soulmates is a myth, there's more chance for a blizzard of identical snowflakes to exist. Hold blades to my wrist, separate soul from my flesh. Sick.
Hey man, Possessed is a different type of cat, isn't he? Right off the very start here, I'm gonna bring it back because right off the very start, I love that vocal. Just sound. I mean, they always have that dark sound anyway, but that kind of eerie, holy chorus type of thing. They take that shit and they make it sound just like a horror movie type of feel, man. It just gets right into your bones, makes you get goosebumps. I like this idea too. The internal bleeding bar, because tearing his heart in half, and having the internal bleeding is sick, man. But what I really like is the way that he took that. Like the fact is that there is no identical snowflakes, right? There never is. So the fact that he takes that up a notch and basically says, chances are finding a blizzard, right? Literally billions of the same snowflake than it is to finding your soulmate. That type of thought only comes from like some deep-seated shit, man. That's you are in love with a chick, like deeply in love with somebody, to have that type of feeling, that deep of a feeling, that you get a whole blizzard of that shit. It's having a brew, man. I mean, nice ways, tons of snow. Snow's coming down now. Having a brew, listen to some great music. This is some good shit. All right, let's go.
Tears appear as I'm alone in the dark, haunted by suicidal thoughts and all of the ghosts from the past. Heartbroken in half, I'm internally bleeding, searching for reasons why my angel turned to a demon. Soulmates is a myth, there's more chance for a blizzard of identical snowflakes to exist. Hold blades to my wrist, separate soul from my flesh. Sick of trying to cope with the stress and showing regrets. So-called friends posing a threat, cut the cancer out your circle before you're pushed over the edge. I take steps closer to death, had a head-on collision with depression and was left an emotional wreck. Try step in my shoes, walking through a wilderness of endless.
Nice wordplay on that, man. A head-on collision, emotional wreck. Hey, he's right too, man. I think I mentioned it not too long ago, maybe last video or the video before, about the importance of just getting rid of the people who hold you back, man. Not to feel a certain way, not to feel like you owe anybody anything. If they don't reciprocate, and all they do is, and they truly are a cancer to you, a cancer to everyone else around them, just step away from that, man, and set your boundaries. If you want to continue to have a relationship with them, that's fine, but do it on your terms, man. No longer have your relationship on their terms anymore, and eventually they'll either get pissed off and leave on their own, or they'll learn that if they want to have a relationship with you, then they need to bend to meet your needs. So, but yeah, man, it's sometimes you just need to cut that low-hanging fruit, as I often told my son, man. You got to do that, because eventually that shit's going to fall on your head. So this is dope, man. I mean, they're known for their introspective, the similes, the double meaning, like all the kind of shit that on their things, man. But this is some deeper, darker look inside. This is how I've felt in my worst times type of song, man.
So-called friends posing a threat. Cut the cancer out your circle before you're pushed over the edge. I take steps closer to death. Had a head-on collision with depression and was left an emotional wreck. Try stepping my shoes, walking through a wilderness of endless winter, weather reflecting my mood. These are just confessions of truth, expected to lose. So I watch the world with a negative view. I'm a dead man walking, spirit dragging.
Oh shit. Ah, expected to lose, so he viewed the world in a negative view. Or is that what he said? I think that's what he said. Something to that effect, man. That's tough. Feeling like you're always going to lose, man. It's hard to get out of that. It's hard to get out of that mindset, man. You see everything. Those rose-colored glasses that a lot of people wear, man. When you're not wearing those and you've got the dark-colored glasses on, you start seeing shit. Everything's a shadow, bro. Everything's distorted. Everything. You go from feeling like life is happening for you to life is happening to you, right?
Expected to lose, so I watch the world with a negative view. I'm a dead man walking, spirit dragging my carcass. Wish I shared the same fate as Natasha and Margaret. I don't pray, cause God isn't listening. My father forgets his sorrow, swallowing bottled oblivion. No model civilians in these turbulent times. Not afraid of death, I'm afraid of the journey of life. And my words to the wise, stand strong. And as long as fire burns in my eyes, I'm determined to fight. Most of the time it seems...
I know I paused it a lot here, guys, but that nice thing about he's not praying to God and then the Father. Nice bringing that part around, man. And it sounds, and maybe I'm reading too much into it, but often God the Father. But then I'm thinking that he goes from God to his own Father, and kind of puts that little message in there, that little hint that his father possibly was an alcoholic, and he grew up with that type of role model, that seeing that every day, seeing that, watching his dad drink himself into oblivion, I've seen that shit, man. I could sit here for an hour and tell you, for the cats that didn't live through that stuff, just how that shit colors your entire life going forward, man. Being that, there's a whole syndrome, the child of alcoholic syndrome, I think it's called. That shit colors your life going forward in ways you have unless you've lived it, you have no way, man, to understand what that does to your mind state, how your mind state and how you see the world, and how you, and it's up to you, man. You're often put in a place where you're faced with the reality of becoming your father, or deciding, or mother, I suppose, or deciding that you refuse, and you will fight to your dying day that you will not be like that person. It's a tough battle, bro. It's a tough battle to fight. But I like the way he ends this off too, man, because he gets in some pretty dark feelings about depression and suicide and everything in them, and then he says, the very last thing he says, like, as long as there's fire burning behind my eyes, man, I'm gonna stand up and fight. I'm gonna take this shit to the grave. As long as there's fire burning, man. So, despite all these dark feelings and all these thoughts and all these needs to let it all go and put an end to it all, he still, at the end of it, comes out on the other side, being like, no, man, I got fire left. I'm gonna fight this shit. Like that. I like how you wrap that up.
In these turbulent times, not afraid of death, I'm afraid of the journey of life. And my words to the wise, stand strong. And as long as fire burns in my eyes, I'm determined to fight. Most of the time it seems life's going wrong. We feel like outcasts and we don't belong. We need to vent, that's why we wrote this song. I hope I'm strong enough to keep holding on. Most of the time it seems life's going wrong. We feel like outcasts and we don't belong. We need to vent, that's why we wrote this song. I hope I'm strong enough to keep holding on.
I wonder on that one bar there. I love the way that the vocal comes back in, man, and it switches up a little bit. It adds so much to the power of this hook, man. Because often I'm wondering, when you're in that state where you feel like, when you're in that deep depression, you're in that the idea that you're in this alone. I wonder if that's what they're meaning, or are they kind of meaning uh, perhaps on a bigger level, the industry itself, they are so different than everyone else around this time that they felt like outcasts to the industry, perhaps, and people looked down upon them for the music that they made because it was different. The subject matter was different. Uh, Maybe I'm reaching on that one. I'm not sure. I know you guys have to know, man. If you're new to the channel, I apologize, but Rhyme Asylum, I paused the shit out of these tracks. they have so they have so many deep meanings to the bars, man. It goes so deep. You gotta appreciate that shit. And I apologize if that's not for you, but that's how I do this shit.
Holding on, most of the time it seems life's going wrong. We feel like outcasts and we don't belong. We need to vent, that's why we wrote this song. I hope I'm strong enough to keep holding on. I've been searching blindly to find myself, and many times I felt like my life was hell. I even cried for help, I'm down every day, and now very afraid from how memories fade. I refuse to live in poverty, but feel guilt for wanting an easy way out and win the lottery. Trying to drown the pain, but I'm sinking so deep, wanting things I can't have and things I don't need. I'm lonely at times and I'm needing some luck. Develop.
Nice, man. I love me some Skirms, bro. I love that he's still doing it too, man, and we still get new music from him. That drowning bar, man. I love that. I love that the metaphor he used and the imagery that he creates with that bar, and the blindly too, like searching yourself blindly, right? Like that's such a like a deep thought in itself, right? Because in a way you're searching for yourself, but when you're in this type of state, you really don't know who you are, man, who your true self is, because you've long forgotten what it's like to be you, and you're searching blindly. You're going through the motions, and you might as well be blind because you don't know what you're looking for. God damn. Perhaps this was a wrong track to for me lately, but hey, man, hey, let's keep going.
How memories fade, I refuse to live in poverty, but feel guilt for wanting an easy way out and win the lottery. Trying to drown the pain, but I'm sinking so deep, wanting things I can't have and things I don't need. I'm lonely at times and I'm needing some luck. Develop thick skin from receiving tough love. Some people are blessed with better lives. I zone out with no sound when I rest my head at night, hoping for better dreams, but I'm so stressed, waking up in cold sweats when I attempt to sleep. We live in war and rest in peace, using hope as a shield when swinging swords against the beast. Wonder if I got a tragic life.
Oh man, sleep, live in war and sleep and rest in peace. God damn, what a bar that is. And that tough skin one too, man. I kind of feel there's that fine line, man. That fine line of tough love and abuse. It truly is a very fine line. It's a very fine line. However, you know what? I look back on my childhood and yeah, shit. There's a lot of shit that I would like to change. And I often say on the channel, man, I don't have a lot of um, I don't have a lot of regrets. I have a lot of remorse, and I kind of feel the same way about my childhood. Is sure, man. It would have been nice to have a normal childhood like some of my friends, and not seeing the things I saw, and not have done to me the things that I've had done to me, and see what happened to my mom and my brother. Sure, you're right. Like that sounds like pretty nice to me, man. But it did make me who I am today, and it did put that thick skin on me in terms of knowing that life is not easy, knowing that life can be actually very shitty. Life can be relentless, and that thick skin sometimes allows me to take things in stride. Where I see other people who had maybe a little bit more of an easier life, quote unquote easier life, and I see how they react to the simplest of things, and I can't wrap my brain around why are you acting as if the world's coming to an end? This is like this is a mini speed bump, so to speak. But because I didn't have it. Sometimes I tell stories to my friends about my childhood, and they just stare at me, their mouth open. They can't believe the shit that's coming out of my mouth, right? Because that's the difference. But yeah, man, that I feel that bar, man. It could be a mind fuck, but it can also prepare you for the world, man. And life ain't easy, and people are shitty.
At night, hoping for better dreams, but I'm so stressed, waking up in cold sweats when I attempt to sleep. We live in war and rest in peace, using hope as a shield when swinging swords against the beast. Wonder if I got a tragic life ahead of me, cause on my road to riches, traffic lights are never green. My imagination is restricted by a migraine when I try paint the perfect picture in my mind frame, dreading how times change. Friends using drugs and alcohol as anesthetics for life's pain in the back of my mind, wanting to reach back to 03 and recapture all my happiest times.
Most of the time it seems life's going wrong. We feel like outcasts and we don't belong. We need to vent, that's why we wrote this song. I hope I'm strong enough to keep holding on. Most of the time it seems life's going wrong. We feel like outcasts and we don't belong. We need to vent, that's why we wrote this song. I hope I'm strong enough to keep holding on.
Spiraling down with dissension, drowned in depression. No amount of counseling sessions could ever bound my aggression. Crushed by a powerful tension. I don't see sheep at night, I'm too busy counting my blessings. Lost and alone, enclosed, boxed in my zone. Cold as the frostbitten glow.
Hey, mate, hey. Am I wrong, or is that plasma on the hook? Sounds a little bit like skirms to me, but it sounds a little bit like plasma. I know this is Cyclone here now, but that, oh man, that's sheep and blessings bar. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. These guys, man. And actually, after hearing the hook again, I think they mean more that they're outcast in life, because life just seems to be so wrong, and it just seems that they're outcast, that they don't belong there, because life itself just feels so strange and alien and unwelcoming that they feel like outcasts in their own life, I guess.
Crushed by a powerful tension. I don't see sheep at night, I'm too busy counting my blessings. Lost and alone, enclosed, boxed in my zone. Cold as the frostbitten glow, given off by a ghost. Feel ungrateful, complaining about my status of living, when each day people die in disgraceful conditions. I guess it's all relative, my thoughts negative. I channel raw messages just to form sentences. Life's my sworn nemesis, I even admit sometimes I wish to bleed from my wrists and cease to exist. Hold issues close to my broken heart. Am I walking a chosen path? I can't embrace fate with open arms. Emotions charged, breaking the curse, sense the pain of the earth, but I can't explain it in words. I'm battling demons inside, searching for unachievable reasons to the meaning of life. Clueless as to when I meet my demise. Feelings behind my insecurities stop me seizing my time. I can't sleep through the night, my dreams are denied as the tears begin to seep from deep in my eyes. Slowly losing strength in my grip, fingers slipping from the edge of the cliff, falling into the endless abyss.
Yeah, man, I gotta bring this back a second. This is very deep here, bro. I want to hear this again.
Demons inside, searching for unachievable reasons to the meaning of life. Clueless as to when I meet my demise. Feelings behind my insecurities stop me seizing my time. I can't sleep through the night, my dreams are denied as the tears begin to seep from deep in my eyes. Slowly losing strength in my grip, fingers slipping from the edge of the cliff, falling into the endless abyss.
What a way to end that, man. God damn. What a great verse, man. What 3 great verses, man. Hook was sick as well. And take a production like that and end it with that guitar just seems so absolutely fitting, man. Loved everything about that track. I mean, what can you say about these cats that haven't been said a million times, man? But yeah, that last little bit of the verse from Cyclone, man, is something I think a lot of people feel that way, man, right now. That's some deep shit. Appreciate you guys for being here, man, each and every day. Like like I said, I'm going to do as many of these as I can before Christmas, and show you cats a little bit of love, because I know it's been a little bit all over the map for me, man, because of my schedule changing and stuff, but I'm doing my best, because I love being here, and I love being here with you, and I appreciate you coming each and every day, man. Until next time, stay safe. Good evening.